Hello, my name is Robert Haas, and I'm the rabbi of Congregation Mikve Israel in Savannah, Georgia. Although I'm now here in Florida, quarantined for the week with my mother-in-law at her house, stuck in her bedroom because my kids are yelling outside. I am wearing this beautiful shirt, but of course we're in quarantine, so I'm also wearing shorts. And I'm here to congratulate you, and let me tell you, it's an honor and privilege to do so, because you have graduated from one of the best high schools in the country, St. Andrews, and everyone is so proud of you. You've done an amazing job, and I know it's a difficult time for our country, for our world, but we realize you have done a great amount of work to come to this point in your life, and we're so thrilled for you, even though we know the graduation ceremonies are not what you expected. But you are now legal adults, and let me tell you, everyone is expecting so much from you because you've done so much in your life. And one thing to add from this difficult time that I think will give you a little bit of solace. Remember when your parents used to tell you to get off the computer, off the phone, and stop talking to your friends on social media and go out and meet with them and hang out with them because it was healthier? You can now tell them you were right and they were wrong. Now, most of you also are going to be deciding what you're going to do in life, and I know you have so many aptitudes, but I invite you to try as many things as you can before you decide what you're going to do. I'm going to give an example of my daughter. My daughter is truly a gifted artist, just amazing, but she's decided to give up art to go to medical school, and I know that was a difficult choice for her. I know she had difficulty talking about it, mostly because she's 2.5 and her vocabulary isn't that great yet, but it was a real difficult choice for her, and we're so proud of her. You represent the best of everything. Whatever profession you choose, you are going to be successful. I have a total feeling for it, and I'm a rabbi, so I do know stuff. Whether you're a nurse, an accountant, a teacher, an actor, a builder, a politician, a doctor, or lawyer, as my mom hoped I would become, you are going to be successful because we know this school, your family, has prepared you for the future. So 2 things I want to say at the beginning. 1, don't spend your parents' money frivolously. You're welcome, parents. And number 2, if possible, choose a profession that you enjoy, if not love. That's going to make your life so much better. Throughout life, I've realized that I've been willing to put in long hours for my job, for my family, that I didn't have all the time in the world to volunteer, so I never really gave time to doing it. That's what I call rationalization, and it's something we're all good at it. I'm really good at it, obviously, because I've been living a lot longer than you, maybe a few years, not that many years, only like 10 or 15. But rationalization is an excuse for all of us to say we can't give back. I worked all day, I am too tired to go volunteer at the food bank. I spent all day with my children. I don't want to go to the board meeting for Union Mission tonight. I can't wait for Sunday, my free day. Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to find an excuse not to go volunteer to separate food at Second Harvest. Rationalization is something that we're all very good at. And if there's one thing I would like to teach you is the importance of giving back to your community. The good thing about this is you have wonderful examples to follow. Your parents, grandparents, family, teachers, school administrators, youth group leaders, pastors, ministers, priests, imams have all here in town set wonderful examples for you. So when I'm at home thinking to myself, oh, I just want to finish this episode of Tiger King, I don't want to go volunteer, I have to ask myself, am I rationalizing that? Or do I really need a respite? Do I really need a break? When I play the newest video games all day long, Pac-Man, I'm sorry, I know that's not a new video game, a little dated. The newest video games like Mrs. Pac-Man, am I really taking the time I need to rest? Or have I really rested enough, and do I have this time to give to others? I'm not saying give up TV or video games. I'm saying make sure to put time to give back to your community. As it says in Proverbs, the generous will prosper. Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. In other words, by giving back to others, you give back to yourself. And that's an expectation that is placed upon us. In fact, for those of you who may not speak biblical Hebrew, in ancient biblical Hebrew, there is no word for volunteer. That's right. There's no word for volunteer. In the modern Hebrew, they created one. Trust me, I'm a rabbi. But there's no word for volunteer in ancient Hebrew. Why? Because God commands us to help others. So if we're commanded, it can't be volunteer work. Now, God commands us, but we get to kind of choose how we give back. After all, God has made us and made us master of God's handiwork. That's a lot of pressure. But what we believe it means, it is our expectations that you and us spend time helping others, that we give of our time, because we are commanded by God to not only spend time working with people at work or spend time with family, we are obligated to go out into the community and give of our time to help others. And I can tell you now that every one of your parents and grandparents and all of your school administrators, all of your youth group leaders have set great examples for you. In fact, I would bet that they represent every single nonprofit organization in the city. In other words, if we added up all the places your parents and grandparents, school administrators, teachers, pastors, youth leaders, baseball coaches have volunteered at, I would cover every one of the organizations in town. Martin Luther King actually taught us life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And as I sit here and talk to you, I can tell you that the same goes for money. Some of you will be able to give more money now and less later, some less now and more later. The commandment to give money to help those in need is not a basic statement telling you you have to give this much. It is told to us we are supposed to give what we can. So we don't give too little, but we don't give too much. Some of us can afford very little to give today because you're just graduating, you don't have money yet. But maybe later you'll have more and you can give more. Maybe some of you will make a good deal and you can give more. Some of you will not make as much, but you still can give a little. When you go to college and you join sororities and fraternities and organizations, when you go to the chess club or any other campus group, it is an obligation for you to help them help the community. And that's what I know you're going to do. So when you join all of these groups, tell them, hey, Rabbi Haas explained to me there's no word for volunteer in ancient biblical Hebrew, so we need to go give of our time. At times in college, you'll have no real time and you'll just have to take peace moments. You're taking physics and chemistry and English for graduate students and all of these difficult courses, and you may not have as much time. That's okay. But sometimes you're going to be taking basket weaving underwater, the psychology of table tennis, windsurfing for dummies, and you will have more time to give. What I'm saying is take a good look at yourself and honestly tell yourself, what time do you have in the present day to give to help others? And I know I'm not expecting all of you to devote all of your Friday nights and Saturday nights in college to giving to others, to volunteering, because I know those are going to be your group study nights. Yes. So what I want you to do is throughout life, look out and say, where is there a need I can fill? What is a passion I have? How can I use it to help others? Am I honestly doing as much as I can? Am I really too busy to give? And do I want to donate my time and money to one organization or many? I know people who love to spend all of their time volunteering at one organization. They volunteer at the hospital for 60 years. That is their passion. That is amazing. I'm not like that. I like to take a few years and volunteer at different organizations that give money to different institutions. That's also wonderful. So whether you're helping the YMCA or the diabetes organization or a children's organization, whether you give of your time and money to one organization for your whole time or many, all of it's good. And we know that you're going to use your time and skills to tutor others, to help at food banks, to find ways to help your community. And that is what we know you're going to do. So I'm asking you, when you are too tired to wake up on a Sunday morning, but you know there's something you wanted to do to help others, drag yourself out of bed, don't rationalize, and tell yourself, I am commanded to help others. Now, I know it's also difficult to do so during quarantine, and it's easy to rationalize because we can't leave our houses often, but there are still things we can do. whether it's donating money, food drives, anything you can think of. And you guys are all very creative, so think of ways that you now, as official adults, can help out. Just recently, a friend of mine told me she felt guilty about her life. And it is my job as a rabbi also, of course, to help her feel even more guilty. She said she had never gone to Africa or to South America and volunteered with children. Why didn't she give all of this time during her life to do all these things? And she felt guilty. And you know what? Good people are going to feel guilty no matter what. As it says in the Bible, there was never a prophet like Moses. We're not expecting everyone to be Moses. We're not expecting you to give up of all your time and run off to another country and donate your abilities, but you can do it if you have time. I talked to that person. As I talked to her, I found out she had devoted a lot of time throughout her life to help others. Here and there, sometimes more, sometimes less. So I'm here to say thank you for everything you're going to do in the future. Thank you to your parents, grandparents, family members, school administrators, teachers, counselors, and so forth for all the work they have done to help you become you. And I like to conclude these times with a message that is a little more self-serving, if I can say that. There's one word I want you to remember from this speech besides volunteer, and that word is Medicare. You may not know what Medicare is, but I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, and your parents, please keep it going, because those of us who are a little older than you, maybe 5 to 10 years, want to have it. So again, Mazel Tov, we are so excited and proud of you, and we look forward to seeing all the amazing things you're going to do.